Imagine a galaxy where the chain of command is not just a hierarchy, but a lifeline that can strangle you if you pull too hard or let go completely. You are Andrew Grayson, now a seasoned officer in the Colonial Defense Forces, tasked with leading troops in a war that has evolved from simple survival to complex political maneuvering. But when you discover that chains of command isn't just about following orders, but about bearing the crushing weight of responsibility for every life under your care, you realize that leadership isn't about authority, it's about sacrifice, integrity, and the sheer audacity to keep your humanity intact in a machine designed to grind it down through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics. Welcome to Chains of Command, the fourth pulse-pounding, atmospheric, and deeply strategic installment in Marko Kloos's Frontline series. If you love military sci-fi tropes, officer progression, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching a protagonist navigate a hostile cosmos through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in speculative fiction, blending the visceral crunch of tactical combat with the profound weight of moral duty. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist's promotion to a command role, thrusting him into a race against time to prepare his unit for a major offensive before political interference or enemy action dismantles their efforts. The atmosphere is thick with the hum of strained engines, the static of encrypted comms, and the creeping dread of knowing that every decision could branch into a timeline where he loses not just the battle, but the trust of his men. Kloos excels at capturing the psychological toll of command, making every tactical maneuver, every resource allocation, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble, where the price of failure is not just death, but the loss of one's soul to the void. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular reluctant leader trope and the brilliant asymmetric warfare dynamic. This isn't just about shooting lasers, it's about understanding the complex ecology of military logistics, managing limited resources, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who rely on brute force and superior technology. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer enemy strategies, craft overpowered gear from rare drops, and completely shock arrogant elites with unconventional, trap-heavy tactics is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the slaughter, the soul of Frontlines lies in its characters and the heavy burden of memory. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating gamer. They are a deeply human individual, struggling to maintain their humanity in a system that views them as data. They quickly form bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of fellow survivors who help them navigate the treacherous waters of the new social order. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as their squad watches them casually calculate the damage output of a coordinated strike. Their unbreakable trust provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major conspiracy or a rival faction's assault forces the protagonist to push their abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical power fire, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, they completely shatter the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and crafting to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who understands the rules better than anyone else. Chains of Command is a triumph of the lit rap and fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. Marko Kloos has crafted a sequel that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse with a stat sheet and a strategy guide.
plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join the climber. The system is live, but his future is bright.